Good morning, welcome to a morning outlook. This is Kim speaking on, Tuesday the 2nd of February. So, welcome all. Now, this morning, before I get on with the video itself, just a quick update. This sort of heading Main Street versus Wall Street, it's not my actual great idea. It's probably been kicking around for years, but what we seem to have at the moment, and I just wanted to sort of update this a little bit, is the situation we've got on social media with this group, Wall Street Bets, which are using, it's pushed on through Reddit, and I just noticed they've got a Discord account which has got over 500,000 followers, and basically it all started with, I say started, but it certainly hit the headlines with this GameStop situation, this company in the US which was being shorted, made more short shares than it had in shares in around there. So by the time you used all the leverage, etc., that was involved. So this social media group looked at the company, saw that it was being unfairly shorted effectively, and used the media, the social media platform, to make people aware of this, and people started buying the company GameStop, GME, this ticker symbol. Wouldn't go out there and start buying it if I were you, but started doing it, put a big short squeeze on, made the in other words, made the people that shorted it buy back. It is mainly one huge hedge fund that had lost over $1 billion on the overall situation, and so much is now hitting the fan on it. Now there's other things that are being pointed towards them as well. Silver, they're claiming it's not them, and it's the newspapers that have actually, and I've started off with silver here. So this was the silver move we've seen. Started pushing up there late last week or mid last week. Really got a bit of a push up on Thursday, then Friday certainly pushed up there. Now this is not apparently attributed to them, or it shouldn't be attributed to them, and it's just such media, just other media, newspapers catching up onto this one. But there was one that I was told yesterday, XRP. Let's just have a look at, let's see if I can do this. And get XRP up on the site there. That's just uses some of my technical knowledge, which let's see if I can do it. I'm looking at the wrong site at the moment. Let's get XRP. Just here we go, and fade that across. There we go. You can show you XRP then. So what you'll notice here is that a strong old move up there. Now it was supposed to be that at 8:30 US time, 1:30 yesterday afternoon, that the people were supposed to go in there and buy on their mass. This is following on from probably the decision that XRP had been unfairly treated. Anyway, obviously buyers came in over the weekend, and come yesterday afternoon, and it was too late. This is an hourly chart here. Come about midday, sellers started coming in. It hit the 75,000 area, 75 cents area. Let's get it the right way around here. 75 cents, and then crashed. And this to me is probably the risk of this type of social media, in terms of traders will see the opportunities, get in there, but then get out there quite quickly, leaving some of the buyers to come in there and crash and burn. So it really has a risk. It has a risk that the brokers will try to stop it. I've seen brokers already saying they'll only take long trades on certain stocks, and you'll have to have the full margin to cover the stock price effectively. So they're effectively taking away the leverage that's available. So there we are. Just a sort of a bit of an update. Be wary of these sort of things. Is it going to hit Is it going to hit Wall Street big time? Well, it's certainly given the jitters, and that's maybe making a few hedge funds think twice. And we could see a sort of a bigger reaction in the longer term on this. Even if they do their best to outlaw it, there's social media has so much power these days, and we're seeing it when it's in a collective like this. Anyway, I just wanted to cover that. Let's just get on and look at quickly then. Sorry, I've just gone longer than I expected. Let's just switch back into my normal screen here. But turn that one off if I can. There we go, and go back to the screen. Right, here we are, we're in action, hopefully, and you've got the same screen as me now. So silver, I wouldn't be a buyer of that at the moment. I think it's very risky in terms of the way it's shaped up there, and you could have a lot more sellers just sort of panic and sell now. So let's get on looking at the euro dollar. Starting looking at the bigger picture, yesterday it sold right off into the lows here. It really does look like it's going to tumble at some stage here in the near future, and it's sort of getting down to sort of some key levels there. It's got on this daily picture not a lot of support apart from prior lows, and that is its support at the moment. So it, as I say, looks like this could eventually push through. It's in this sort of descending wedge, on a descending market, and well, we could see quite a chunky move on that. Now, I've said that it could. We've seen it so many times where it does this and then just bounces as the morning starts. It's only 7:57 as I'm looking at the clock here. It could turn around, but at the moment certainly looking very soft there. The pound seems to be 1 minute it's the darling, the next minute, well, it's off a little bit, but you just notice that it's in a very tight range on the dailies here. Every time it pitches into the highs there, it's being sold off, which probably at one stage may not happen. Again, now finding support on this lower trend line. This is quite a key trend line effectively because it's so significant. A break of that may see the pound follow suit a little bit here. Its moves are bit more controlled, I guess, than what we're seeing with the euro. The euro is just sort of falling a little bit sharper at times, but this again still at the shorter time frame here at the moment looks like it's got some further downside here. So we're seeing sort of this dollar strength picture coming through, which well, it's no great surprise. There's a sort of almost like a push on the shorts of the dollar, and well, some of these currencies are going to feel the reaction. Okay, the yen, dollar yen here again. It's continued with the US dollar strengthening against the yen, and we're seeing this sort of move to the upside, and it's well looking like this is going to continue at this moment. And well, we've got some weaker signs sitting. There was a bit of divergence across these highs yesterday, and there's arguably going to be a bit of divergence over if it gets back to these highs here. But there's nothing otherwise stopping this continuing to push up there. The only thing to watch out for on here, it's like about a 40 pip move from top to bottom on here. You've got to be careful you don't get sort of thinking this is going to go up 100, 200 pips or whatever else. Just measure and look at your targets carefully. Okay, that's the yen. Aussie dollar. So the Aussie dollar slipping back again, and well, again, a bit of weakness. We're seeing weakness in the well, one commodity. The Aussie's really getting hit. It's the central bank spoke overnight there, not fully timed up on exactly what was said there, but either way, it really doesn't matter. The Aussie's being sold into that news. Well, okay, I've just picked it up on here. It says the Reserve Bank of Australia said today that cash rate is not expected to rise until 2024. Now that's even further away than the US dollar in terms of rises and expectations there, or changes. So this really has given the reason for a softer Aussie dollar, and this is really what the Australian central bank wanted. The Aussie's been running too high for their liking. As a lot of currencies have struggled, the ECB have been moaning effectively and suggesting and trying to soften the euro, and well, maybe the collective of these central banks will do something about it, but at the moment certainly looking soft on the Aussie dollar this morning. As I'm just recording through here, I should again be a bit wary of bigger money just sort of coming through and not particularly agreeing with what the central banks are saying. In fact, that some of these currencies may be seen as a bit safer, but at the moment Aussie dollar, softest currency out there compared to its peers, taking a hammering. Canadian dollar, ironically the strongest pair out there compared to its peers at the moment. It's not seen quite the same sell-off as we've seen with the likes of the Aussie. I say sell-off here, obviously this is US dollar stroke Aussie stroke Canadian dollar. Softer sort of move to the upside. In fact, at the moment it's sort of strengthening a little bit here, and again against its rest of its peers appearing stronger at this stage. Okay, that's the Canadian dollar. Let's have a look at S&Ps. So yesterday, decent bar yesterday, solid old. I mean, it continued selling off in the early stages there, but it recaptured its the move there, and it's pushing up. We're seeing a push up here. We normally see this with dollar weakness. I'll explain why in a video later today, but we're seeing quite the contrary at the moment. Actually, the dollar is quite weak against. I'm just looking against a lot of other factors. The dollar is quite weak as well, but it's just that likes of quite a few of them are weaker. Than just that bit weaker than the dollar. Anyway, just looking here, S&P's then pushing up at this stage. As I said so many times, I wouldn't really want to be a seller on these equity markets, and this is just consolidating itself, maybe for yet another push later in the day. We'll see how that develops. Silver I've already covered. Be wary of the silver price action when you get a lot of Main Street sort of trying to gang up, and then you get a bit of selling coming through, and the panic pushes through. And retail traders ain't good at holding positions. So when it comes to risk like that, and they see a squeeze and a push coming on, and they'll move out. Gold, it's really followed suit a little bit this morning. It held up quite well yesterday, but not seen the same sort of buying in the first place. But it's just such a mess here. In fact, it does look on this time frame quite soft and already through its daily pivot S1. It does at this stage look like it may have some more selling to be had. That's gold. Oil briefly then. Okay, briefly, just looking at 60-minute, it had yesterday continued this shove up even, seen a shove continue on this to the upside, and pretty much it's pushed out prior highs there, new time high. As I said, I keep on saying I'm looking to short this. Well, not at these highs, not this level. Just stand out the way for a moment, and it's just seeing, as I say, more and more buying going through. All I can see that happening here is more. Some of these oil producers will start pumping more oil out there as they take advantage of a higher price. And they'll see that there's an opportunity to get $54 a barrel. Well, they'll try and sell it there $54 a barrel or equivalents. Okay, that's pretty much it. Oh, you just want a quick look at Bitcoin. Where Bitcoin hasn't, let's just come back to it on a daily here. Hasn't done too much. It did have a shove up on Sunday there. Yesterday, well, on the futures it gapped back down a bit, back into where they were, but it's taken a move once again now. So we are seeing more of a push up now again on Bitcoin. So it's a more solid move there, and I mean, I'm just looking that literally on the cash market. If you're looking at the cash market, that is like a spike up, almost a shooting star as such, but not far off it. But we are seeing on the cash charts a decent solid move up here. It looks like it bottomed out last week there, and say Saturday, Sunday. Well, certainly went up with the ripple effect. Okay, that's it for me. I wish you a great day. Bye for now.